Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. In this session, we are going to discuss about the biostatistics in pharmaceutical product development. This is Dr. Shikha Chauhan, and if you're visiting my channel for the first time, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia for getting further updates. So before moving to the biostatistics, let us first try to understand what do we mean by statistics. So basically, statistics is a discipline of the science which actually deals with the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of the data. So when we have large sort of the data and we want to get the interpretation out of it, we need the help of the statistics. So by applying the rule of statistics in the scientific experiments or the industrial application or to solve any social problems, the science is used widely in different disciplines. One of the approach of this biostatistics is the biostatistics. So when we combine the word bio with the statistics, it becomes biostatistics. So it simply means the science of statistics when applied to the development and the use of therapeutic drugs and devices in humans and animals. So when we started using the biostatistics, the primary reason and the way of utilization was the method of comparison. So actually we want to know the effects of the various drugs being developed and the effect of the various treatment on different people. So like it is was a cause and effect relation, and we wanted to know how much the drug was effectively working on how many percentage of people. So the primary objective was to compare the responses of a particular treatment with a particular control group. So to see the effects of the efficiency and the safety of the drug being provided to a selective set of group and to record their responses. So this gave us an idea how much the drug was actually able to affect. Moreover, the biostatics head covers the various applications and contributes not only for the health, medicine, and nutrition, but also in other sciences like genetics, biology, epidemiology, and many others. So it mainly consists of various steps which starts from the generation of the hypothesis, where we assume something and then we collect the data and we apply the statistical skills to interpret it. So this is basically the science which needs precision for its development. Precision is all the more important when it comes to health science. We cannot vaguely say something. We have to be very precise and specific since we are dealing with the medicament. They are affecting the people. When we talk about the pharmaceutical industry specifically, the standard pharmaceutical development practices relies on the experimental design. So we have to develop the designs. We need to conduct the trials, clinical trials, and apply the statistical tools in order to review and revise if the goals are changed. So like we need to understand the effect of the medicament, taking into consideration various parameters, and for that we need to have the experimental designs and conduction of the clinical trials. The last 4 decades have confirmed the value of prospective, controlled, blinded, randomized clinical trials in the pharmaceutical development. My dear students, since you are dealing with these terms just now in the beef farm, what happens is that when we do the clinical trials, we need to design the experiments. Now when we have to design the experiments, we take certain parameters under analysis and we keep other parameters constant. So like different studies are there, different clinical studies are being conducted. They are being labeled as either prospective studies or like controlled studies or blinded studies, randomized studies of the clinical trials. Now, the refinement of these experimental designs and statistical analysis, along with the global harmonization of regulatory dossiers, have led to our present status. So, like you must have seen in the corona pandemic era, also, a lot of medications are under clinical trials. So, for that, also, you need to design the clinical trials, you need to conduct the clinical trials, having a certain assumptions, and all these data are being interpreted with the help of statistical tools. So when we talk about the applications of the biostatistics, it has various areas. It is essentially an empirical science and it depends on the observations and not on any theories. So as a part of the clinical practice or the research, we need to deal with the observations. We need to have some samples, we need to collect the data, we need to organize the data, and then we apply the statistical tool to derive the certain conclusion out of it. So the process of converting this data into the information basically requires a spatial approach, which is known as statistics. So in statistics actually means a measured or the counted fact of information which we interpret and conclude. Talking about the history of biostatistics, statistics was first devised by Sir Francis Galton. He is considered as a father of biostatistics. So he was the first to apply the statistical methods to the study of human differences and inheritance of intelligence, and introduce the use of questionnaires and surveys for collecting the data. You must have seen nowadays people do a wide research. They ask you to fill the surveys. What is the purpose of filling these surveys? These surveys actually helps out after analysis of the tools. You want to draw some conclusions. So this conclusion results may benefit the people, may make more awareness into the society. Statistics always assumes a more interdisciplinary form. Nowadays, wide softwares are available for the statistical analysis. For example, one of the most prominent tool used in the pharmacy is the SAS software. So these software methods help in the development of the product, in the development of the biosimilar dosage forms. The future is always exciting with the statistics being used for the real world evidence, development of the biosimilar dosage forms, and even the interpretation and deriving conclusions for the adverse events, side effects, and become a core function in the medicinal product development. So biostatistics is used by biostatisticians. So these are the people which identify and develop effective treatments for disease and estimates their effect. So they try to administer the cause and effect relationship. So whenever any new drug comes into the market, it is being provided to the people. So these are the people who actually interpret the results once they get the data in the form of the outcomes. So they at the same time also define the and identify the risk factors which are affected for the disease. For example, for the corona, what are the consequences if the person is not wearing the mask? What are the consequences if the person is not using the sanitizers? So they also design, monitor, analyze, and interpret and report the results. So there is a statistical methodology being adopted for the treatment. So first the problem has to be identified, defined, measured, and the extent has to be calculated out. So the ultimate objective has to be defined. So these are the people who really help in the interpretation of the data. Next, talking about the applications, it is not only related for the any specific science, it works in all the sciences. For example, in the physiology as well, it is helping in defining what is normal and healthy population. It also helps in identifying the limits for normality, also finding out the differences between the means and the proportions of normals, correlations, and generating various data. When we talk about the role in pharmacology, it has a very vast role. It helps us in the identification of finding the action of a drug which is given to the animal or to the human to see what changes are produced due to the drug or by chance. It also at the same time compares the action of two different drugs or two successive dosage forms of the same drug. At the same time, it also helps in the identification of the potency of the new drugs with respect to a new or standard drug. So you can understand it has a wide role in the pharmacology. It also helps us in the comparison of two drugs, or at the same time in comparing the efficacy of a particular drug, operation, or line of treatment. At the same time, it also helps in the association between two attributes, for example, oral cancer or smoking at the same time. So it has a wide role. One of the major utilized area in the product development is in the conduction of the clinical trials. So clinical trials have to be organized. For further details, you can visit the website clinicaltrials.com, where you will see how the experimental designs are being conducted, how they are planned in different phases. In phase 1, you take the healthy volunteers. In phase 2, you take the large number of the people. In phase 3 and later phase 4. So it involves a lot of statisticals when we talk about the conduction of the clinical trials, because the study have to be designed, data has to be collected, statistical modeling tools have to be applied, and overall a conclusion have to be withdrawn. When we talk about the responsibilities of the biostatisticians, they have to design the study and they have to develop the protocol. So after designing comes the whether you want to go ahead with the randomization algorithm, or you need to draft some statistical analysis program, or like you have to present the results, or like the interpretation part. So these are the different aspects, these are the different step by step techniques which are being used to derive the conclusions and taking the help of statistics in the drug development. It is rightly said by Lord Kelvin that when you measure what you are speaking about and express it in the numbers, you know something about it. But when you cannot measure, when you cannot express it in numbers, your knowledge is of meager and unsatisfactory kind. So here you can understand the role of the interpretation, the role of the data, the role of sampling being applied by the statistics, biostatistics in the product development. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia for getting further updates.